Hello everyone, my name is ImagineKnight, and welcome back to Space Astronomy 2. So last episode, we started working on our new base here, that is, in case you didn't see it, going to be a collection of floating islands with sort of cities and all that on top of them. Especially there's going to be one primary island and some little ones like this surrounding it. But we built this little island here, and it's not quite done yet because it doesn't really look that good. And there's really nothing going on with it. So this episode, I would like to try and get this kind of covered in grass and possibly put some trees or whatever on it. And then also I want to put a little building on it, just like here or whatever. And just kind of make it look a little more interesting. So yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do with it, like what block palette or whatever I'm going to use, but hopefully I can try and just like figure that out or whatever. But for starters, I think I'm going to put like a little watchtower or something up here. Probably, I don't know, maybe a medieval-ish style. I don't know, I'm not really going for anything specific here. But the other thing I wanted to do, like I was saying, is I want to get some grass on here, which I don't actually have any silk touch items. So I don't really know how I'm going to get it up here. I might try and get some silk touch on my shovel. Let's actually go quickly check out what we need for that and if we can do it. Oh, my entire map was erased. That's splendid. Haha. Hooray! Oh, and if my voice sounds a bit off or whatever, it's probably because I'm starting to get a little bit sick, unfortunately. I want to go ahead and try and make this video before it gets much worse or whatever, or I don't know, maybe it'll just stay like this and then fade out pretty quickly, I would hope. But just in case, I wanted to get this video out, and yeah, if I sound a bit off or whatever today, that is probably why. Oh, a silverfish pet. That's pretty cool. And a diamond? Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and loot all this. Cool. So, I've just had a look back at my last video to see the coordinates of where my house is, and it would appear I, like, totally went the wrong way or passed it or something. So, I'm, like, way off from where I'm supposed to be. So, let me just make my way back. Chance cube spotted. Let's open this up. Oh, we got another giant drum. It is full of water again. Fantastic. Oh. Apparently I went the wrong way. I just made this big ol' random roundabout way of going absolutely nowhere. I was like 500 blocks off and went out like 3,000. Good job, self. Yeah, my house is like literally barely outside of render distance. It's literally from here to here, and I went all the way up here and back. I'm such an idiot. Being stupid aside, we have now returned to the house, and hopefully now I can start working on getting silk touch on my shovel. So the way you get silk touch is with this Tinker's Construct, or Construct, I can't talk, Silky Jewel. And the way you get that is an emerald and silky cloth, which is 8 string and 1 gold ingot per. So we have enough gold. Where's the string? Looks like we actually don't have much string here. And yeah, that's definitely not enough. Let's go get some, I guess. Target spotted. Locking on. Going in for the kill. Ah, yeah, we did it, boys. We did it. Flee the battlefield. Go. Go, we did it. We did it! What am I doing with my life? So the night is over, and unfortunately, we actually don't quite have enough for the Silky Jewel. We just, like, are short by, like, 7 string, because we need 32. So I guess I'll just wait until daytime or something, I'm not sure. Found a cave. Maybe there could be a spider. Nope, this is the most pathetic cave I've seen in my life. Alright, here's another cave. Maybe there can be a spider down here somewhere. There's a mine shaft, which usually did I already explore this and take out the spawner? Yes. Oh, cobwebs. Forgot about those. I'm an idiot, but... Oh, and there's a spawner right... How am I this blind and just... I'm going home. Alright, we now have 48 string, which is more than 32. So, let's go ahead and craft up the silky jewel here. We should be able to just do that for 4 of them. And there you go. There we go. Okay, it started lagging out real bad. Let's put it on there. And boom, now it has silk touch. We did it. So I think to not really disturb the terrain or whatever, I'm just going to tear out this really weird looking area over here. And it's like, it doesn't really matter if I take out the grass from here, because it already looked terrible anyway. So here we go. Alright, so I've gone ahead and gathered up a stack and 54 of grass blocks, which should be plenty, at least to start the spreading on the islands. I also went ahead and quickly put in a starter home waypoint and an islands waypoint, just so that I can easily find both of them. And also, what was that loud noise? Alright, so I've gone ahead and put in a little bit of grass. Hopefully this amount can kind of just spread to the rest of the island. But I want to start thinking about the Watchtower I am going to be putting here. And I think I'm probably going to use stone bricks as kind of the base of it, just a simple block that I'm familiar with and stuff. And I'm now realizing I also don't have silk touch on my pickaxe, which means stone is an absolute pain to get. So I'm sure I'm going to be using a lot of stone and stone brick from time to time, so I think it would definitely be worthwhile to go ahead and just make a brand new pickaxe. Just pretty much the same as this one, I think. So I've just gone ahead and checked, and it turns out this is actually all we're going to need for the thing here to make the new pickaxe. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw in the cobalt and the iron now, because the ardite has to be done separately. And go ahead and take this out. Also, I smelted up some of the uranium we got from the quarry, and that's probably more uranium than I've gotten so far. So we are pretty set on power, I'd say. Alright, here we go. That's all the 3 pieces we need for the pickaxe. So we can go ahead and hop in here. Pickaxe, throw them all in. And there we go, brand new cobalt pickaxe. Let's name it, Silk Touch. Alright, let's just go silk pickaxe. There we go. And next up, all we need is another silky jewel thing here. So I'm just going to return back to the mine shaft I found, which I believe was over here, and try and get some more string. Oh, this is cool. Let's go ahead and take all this, I suppose. And what's this? The ender. Let's compare these. It's way weaker, but yeah, it's something like, yeah, you can see there, extra damage and speed when powered, increased skull and ender pearl drops, enderman can't teleport once hit. So that could be pretty useful in certain scenarios, but not all of them. Alright, we got the silky cloth, put them in there, and there we go. Now we can throw that on that. That's a water bucket, not a silky jewel. And there we go. Now we have a silk touch pickaxe and a silk touch shovel. And at some point we can go ahead, if we have plenty of lapis, which we probably do at this point, we can go ahead and put it on this pickaxe to have essentially a fortune pickaxe. Ah, did not see him there. Okay, we good. Also, we got an achievement for getting Emma Swan mini head box. Cool. I got it from killing a skeleton. So I think I actually got that before, but then like I forgot to record, so I deleted all the progress that I made in that episode. So yeah, I think this is actually technically my second time getting the same mini head, but also my first. Hope that made sense. It's pretty much alternate timelines in Minecraft. So one thing that tends to be very good whenever you are trying to make a base and you just want a little bit of like extra, or actually not a little bit, a lot of extra blocks to work with at very little extra cost, you can actually go ahead and put a stick and a diamond in and get a diamond chisel, which, if you're not familiar with it, it's super good mod. You can go ahead and open up this GUI here and put a block in, and it brings up all these loads of variants of it. So this stone right here, for example, has like this whole thing here of, you can easily turn it into stone bricks and all these crazy different versions of stone bricks and all that. Like if I go chisel, this is also going to include some stuff from the Chisels and Bits mod, I'm pretty sure. Like, look at all these new blocks that, like, come at very little cost to you. It's very nice. I highly would recommend. There's also chisels and bits, which is way more complicated, and I'm not going to talk about that right now. But, yeah, good mods. Alright, so I'm back here at the island, and I have kind of like a vague idea of what I want to do for the Watchtower, but nothing very specific, so I guess I'll just start working on it. So for starters, let's get this diamond chisel here, and I want to use some kind of stone brick. Probably this weathered bricks looks pretty good here. Oh, right, you can't move that while it's in your inventory. Okay. Let's put it, like, right about here-ish, I think, is a good spot. So, I want the inside here to probably be, like, Now, let's make the inside a 5x5. So, that would mean the blocks go around here, right? 1, 2, wait, hold on. Alright, here we go. I think this is a good size for the base of it, which is going to be fairly small, I think. Just gonna have a little base, probably come up to like here or so. And I will put something on the corners as well. Can you turn these into stairs? I don't think you can. No. There is something I could do with that to basically have stairs with these, though, using the chisels and bits mod, which I wasn't planning on using, but I might have to. Or not might have to, but might be useful for this project here. But before I worry about those details there, I think I'm going to kind of get the base outline of it so I can kind of refine it as I go, which I tend to do. And then I tend to not refine it as I go, so it just ends up looking bad. But that's on me, so I'll maybe try not to do that this time, who knows? But let's just start working on the upper part of the Watchtower here. Because basically I want this, like, stone base here as kind of, like, support for a more wooden Watchtower. It'll probably have some, like, stone kind of supports or whatever. Or kind of towards the bottom. I don't know. It'll have something, maybe. Potentially. But we're just gonna start with this base here. And go ahead and throw stone in there. Get some weathered bricks. And just fill in... Whoops. Fill in the rest of this here. So on one hand, I want to use a wood for this that I'm already familiar with and have built with a lot, like oak or spruce or whatever. But on the other hand, there's so many other woods in this mod pack that I've just, like, not touched at all. So let's hop down here and just see real quick, like, what does this eucalyptus wood look like? Is it the pink wood? I think it might be. Yeah, the pink wood literally says that. Okay, I'm gonna finish tearing down this tree, otherwise it's gonna look terrible and bug me. But probably not this. We might use the logs for something, because the logs aren't, or the bark on the logs aren't very pink. So it might be nice to do that. I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but here we are. I can't remember if the redwood was, like, really bright or whatever. I'm assuming it is. Let me take a quick look here. No, it's actually a fairly dark color. That might be good as, like, an accent block for something. Because I do want to try incorporating different woods in here, just to kind of do something different from usual, you know? It's a mod game. I should take advantage of that. I don't honestly know how to pronounce this type of wood, but I found it, and it actually looks pretty good. So let's put some of this down here so I can actually see what it looks like on the ground. And yeah, it's just like kind of like birch, but without the yellowish hue to it. So I might use this for some of it at least, or maybe the primary block of it. I'm thinking maybe like a darker wood as well. Maybe I could go with some of this, what's it called again? Some of this ebony wood here as another part of it to kind of counter out the brightness of the Sakura? I don't know. It's like, is that character from Star Wars? Alright, so after a quick little bit of deforestation, I have about a couple stacks of logs here. And I'm thinking I'll probably go with this wood palette here. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to build it exactly. I don't really have an image in my mind yet. You know, I'm supposed to be the ImagineKnight, but it ain't going too hot right now. I'm under the weather. It's also not full power imagination in effect. Are these leaves, like, is there extra wood in here or something? Why is it not? Yeah, I guess there's a couple logs in here still. How strange. Why is it still not? What? Where? How many logs are in this stupid tree? Also, this is a pretty neat little area here. There's so many, like, cool little things like this with Minecraft's, kind of, I don't know, chunk loading algorithms or whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and start working a little bit on this tower here. So let's go ahead and start by putting down maybe some redwood wood, which just sounds stupid, but that's okay. And I think for the base of it, let's use some ebony wood planks, maybe. I'm not so... yeah, that's gonna look really, really pretty bad. Let's try doing this. Okay, so I don't think the block palette is bad here. I just think my usage of it is not too fantastic. So I'm kind of thinking I want probably the primary block to be this lighter plank here, and then I want like an accent block to be this ebony wood. But I'm not really sure how I want to go about designing this. So after quite a while of playing around with different like block palettes and, you know, patterns and all that, I figured out this little thing right here, and I think it looks like okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm just gonna keep it like this for now. And I'm going to have a little elevator right here on the inside that'll bring me up to the top of the tower once it's complete. But yeah, I'm not crazy about how this looks, but I think I'll probably keep it like this for now. And I'll change things, of course. I'll add some more detail to it and all that. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now and try and keep working my way up the tower. Alright, so I went ahead and threw together this next little level here of it, and we just use this basic repeating pattern of stairs going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, with redwood and this kind of stairs alternating. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Then we use some ebony fence over here around the wood, and I guess I'll go ahead and build this top thing. Alright, so I've added on another part of another level up here. So we have kind of the floor of it here. So this is where the Watchtower guards would actually, you know, stand or whatever. And all that's left, I believe, is a roof. Alright, so that is the roof done. Got kind of out of control here. I don't know. I was gonna go for a fairly simple design, and then I ended up with this. I know it's not crazy complicated or anything. It's just I don't know what happened here. But yeah, that seems to be the base structure of this whole thing done here, and I'll go ahead and like keep working on it and stuff, of course. But yeah, I think that's pretty good progress for just the base of it and stuff. Alright, so the next thing I want to do here is probably add some more like detail or whatever to the base here, just to kind of make it look a little bit better. I'm thinking we should probably use the Chisels and Bits mod, which I think I talked about a little bit earlier, but I'm not sure that I actually really said anything about it. So I'm just gonna start working on getting this going and see you in a second. So the first thing that we will need is a chisel here. So I think I'm going to make the diamond chisel because I can. Let's put the diamond here and the stick here, and we get a diamond chisel. So basically, let me get an example block here, cobblestone. What the Chisels and Bits mod can do is you can just walk up to a block, click on it, and just kind of sculpt it to be whatever shape you want, and have it have, like, you know, great amounts of detail that a normal Minecraft block does not, because a normal Minecraft block is a block and not anything else. So you can kind of do whatever here, and it would be really slow to just do it one at a time like that. So you are able to... You can use, I think usually Alt is the button, to bring up this little menu here that allows you to choose how much you want to control at a time. So say I want to do half-size cube. I can just click like there and there, and now we have a staircase that can work on literally any block. So it's like, you can use all these to make really quick, easy, specialized models for whatever you are working on. And I think some of the most useful ones are plane and single bit, as well as these different grid snapped cube things here. But as you can see, it just drops all these little bits everywhere and fills up your inventory with them. So the way to have it not do that is by making a chiseled bit bag, which let's go ahead and quickly make, which is 1 bit, I think, of any type, surrounded by wool. Alright, so let's go ahead and craft that up, and there we go. So now, as long as we open this up, we can just throw everything into here, and it'll stack up really efficiently, much more than just 64. And let's also just, sure. Let's also just quickly take out that whole thing there. And it will automatically put the bits after you get the first one in there. And it will automatically take any of them you pick up and put them into the bit bag, which is pretty useful. There's also a few other features and items in this mod, like these chisel design things that essentially allow you to save a chiseled block. And I don't know what the rest of these do. They kind of says right there, but I've never actually used any of these. So, at least for the most part, I tend to stick to sort of the vanilla blocky looking thing whenever I'm using chisels and bits. So, I think I'm just going to do this to kind of round off this whole thing here. How do I do this? Like that? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that with the small column in the corner. And we can take this chiseled bit here and do that with it. So we can actually place down the bits as well wherever we want. So we can just go around and put them on each of these corners. And there we go, just really quick and easy. We now have a slightly better looking base of it here. Shoot, didn't mean to do that, hold on. And yeah, now it's a bit more rounded off. I think it looks a little bit better. And let's add some more detail to the rest of the structure here. So one thing I'm not a huge fan of is how this door here looks, so we're just going to take out the door and this stair here, and I'm going to put in this and just kind of custom model out a little kind of archway here. So I think for this I'm going to be using the 1/8 size cube. Also, what? Oh, that's torch particles. Okay. And just kind of going through here and trying to figure out a good kind of arch shape that'll run through the whole block. Yeah, that looks pretty simple and pretty good right there. So let me just quickly go ahead and do this whole thing. Oh, something that should help me speed up this process a bit, I think, is this, oh, they have these too, that's useful. Is this connected plane. Here it is. So if I do that and kind of look at this thing here, I can just extend the pattern backwards. And there we go. Super simple little archway thing here. Looks somewhat decent. And there we go. So the next thing I kind of want to look at here is, I want to see if I go, yeah, that, how does this look? Kind of having, that is not what I wanted. Oh, you might have noticed this, but the health bar here on the bit bag is showing how full it is. So you can see here, it's a little under half full, and down here it mimics that on the like durability bar. Yeah, let's see, how do these individual kind of bricks going around the base here look? I'm not really sure how I feel about that little thing here. I don't know if it really adds too much. I mean, I think it looks pretty okay. I think I'll leave it. So how would it look if I ran this up the side to kind of frame it out? And shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of how that looks. Yeah, I think I might go ahead and use this kind of framework here around the other 4 sides. So let me go ahead and quickly repeat that. So actually, instead of repeating this whole thing by hand, I think I'm going to use this positive chisel design, which, description here, you can pause and read that if you want, but basically, it allows me to just copy this design and place it somewhere else with ease. So I'm gonna quickly make one of those. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I can just right-click on this, and then right-click here, but I don't know if you can mirror this somehow, so instead of just trying to do this by hand or whatever, I'm just gonna quickly put it in here to blank the thing, and then go here, and there we go. Okay, so that's all that done, and like pretty much the rest of this whole build, I don't love how it looks, but it's passable, and I don't really care to do anymore, so I'll just leave it like that. So because there isn't room to actually put a ladder in here at all, I decided to use these white elevators just as basic ways to get up and down without anything needing to actually be here. And you can actually cap that off and still go through it because it's a magical elevator. There we go, got some nice little railings here. Safety first, gamers. So I think the last thing I want to do here is just put some little steps to actually get up onto the Watchtower. Alright, so somewhere around here or so is kind of the guidelines I want for where to start putting the staircase in here. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and start building this up. Well, as you can see, I already kind of started. But let's go ahead and take out these here. And these are functioning, which is good. So I think I want to fill in this little area over here to kind of put in some quick railing. Alright, so that's the whole staircase done, and I honestly think it does look pretty good. The only thing I have just now noticed is, I forgot to replace all the blocks down here, which is just kind of annoying. Alright, yeah, I actually really like kind of how this all turned out here. It kind of reminds me more of like a college staircase or something than like when you'd see in like a college or university or whatever. I don't know. Versus a medieval or something. I don't know, fantasy, I suppose. Watchtower. But I don't know. It looks pretty cool still. I like it. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do to this Watchtower, at least for now. I'm sure I'll come back later and have ideas and stuff of things I want to change and all that. But for right now, I like how this looks. I'm gonna keep it this way. And also, that's it for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Also, check out some more of my videos, like next episode, where we will probably start working on another island, potentially the main island, too. Which, that's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be a giant island, it's gonna be fun, and I'll see you then. Bye!